98% of the things we're gonna be talking about today is all mindset. Real quick, I'm gonna tell you why I am absolutely exhausting. This is my actual results. 3 out of the 4 core competencies that I have are futuristic thinking, creativity and innovation, and conceptual thinking. Basically, guys, what this means is that I live 20 years into the future, and I never stop trying to bridge the gap between now and then. I don't care who I have to drag with me, the pace of change that I'm at most of the time, it's hard to keep up. The only constant is change. Heraclitus said that. The only thing we can ever count on in this world is that tomorrow is gonna look different than today. I have a theory that change inspires growth. Growth inspires employees. Growth inspires teams. We are born with this mentality. Each and every one of us, this is innate, this is human nature. Adapt or die is part of us. We come into this world and we immediately begin adapting to our environment. We immediately make it work for us, good or bad. I know a ton of people that have grown up in the worst environments imaginable and not only survived, but thrived and used that experience to build resilience. This mentality isn't something that we need to find or get or acquire. It's something we need to understand exists within us. We've got to just figure out where the hell it went. The older we get, the less we have this mentality. As we move through the seasons of life and we get more and more responsibility, we get comfortable. And we don't want to take that risk. But I'm going to tell you right now that if we don't take that risk, change is going to happen anyway. If you don't drive it, you'll be a victim to it. As we move through life and we get comfortable, we don't know when this is gonna happen, but it will. Death, disease, and divorce, guys, the 3 Ds, can just uproot your entire life. We're gonna talk a little bit about embracing technology. Technology is one of those things in any organization that it's fickle because we know we need to do it, but sometimes we don't know how, sometimes we don't know if we're making the right decisions, sometimes we don't know if we're doing too much, but sometimes we don't know if we're doing enough. I think when we're talking about implementing technology into our organization, we have got to start with why. We have to get that buy-in. There's reasons for doing what we're doing. Otherwise, that adoption is going to be very difficult. This is why I say that sometimes instead of just dancing, you need to pull people in. It's our job in our positions as leaders or executives or managers to pull people in and to make this change happen, but it's got to be through other people. A leader's job is to breed more leaders. And we can see an ROI of implementing technology is actually creating champions, leaders, and people in the business who take ownership for more than just their job. Organizations that effectively adopt these new technologies see an average ROI of 250% in the first 3 years. Organizations that are early adopters of technology are twice as likely to be leaders in the industry with significant advantages with market share and profitability. Guys, I told you the size of my team. I am not the biggest company out there. I know that. But tell me why all these PE-backed companies and big organizations are looking to our company to see what we're doing to understand whether or not they should do it. It's because we're early adopters. We've built that reputation for ourselves, and it gives us a significant advantage. And then 75% of companies that adopt digital tools report enhanced employee efficiency with time savings of up to 45% on routine tasks. 45%. Time is, there's 2 pitfalls. So number 1 is the one that I get stuck in all the time. It's going too fast. It's thinking too far into the future without balancing it with the present. Forward thinkers fall into this trap a lot. They don't have somebody to balance on that back end. And the opposite side of the spectrum, the other pitfall, is going too slow. It's becoming archaic, right? It's getting passed by your competition. It's just creating an environment that fails to adapt to tomorrow. 3 questions here, guys, and 2 of them are gonna keep you in the present. 2 of them are gonna keep you from moving forward. And 2, you say, why 2? Because obviously if we resist change, we're gonna stay here. Being open to change isn't enough. We need to drive change. We can be open to change all we want. That just means we're waiting for something to come along and change us. No, we need to be the drivers of it, guys, because what we've seen here, especially today, with all the information that we're getting from all these incredibly intelligent people and this awesome software, change is not just coming. It is already here. And it's moving faster than we ever thought possible. As leaders, it's our job not only to adopt it and adapt to it and guide our teams through it and guide ourselves and our families, but the entire industry through this transformation, because in the blue collar space, this is gonna hit like a freight train, and it already has. Only those who embrace change will thrive. It's an impact that goes far beyond the bottom line, far beyond the numbers. We're building the future. So let's not just prepare for what we're building, let's define it, right? Because together we don't just have to accept change. We can make it our single biggest strength.